And when we are declaring the promises of God, when we're prophesying the promises of God, we're partnering with a prophetic voice to see God's promises come to fruition in our lives and in the lives of others. Okay, so this morning we will finish the prophetic series, and we specifically have been looking at what it means to prophesy within the culture of our church. And I just want to reiterate, our way is not the only way. In fact, I would say our way is very multifaceted in that all of us prophesy and process what we hear from the Lord very differently. But our way comes with a foundation of core values of what it looks like to be a part of this body of Christ, to discern the voice of the Lord and to share what we're discerning. So that's really what this has been about. We've touched on what it means to prophesy, yes. But if you go home with anything, please go home with this is what our desire is for the culture of our church when it comes to prophesying over ourselves, over each other, over our communities, and over our nation. So what does it mean to prophesy? I'm going to reiterate a few things. It is to speak what God is speaking. That simple. To speak what God is speaking, understanding that a prophetic culture is a community who values and demonstrates, catch that, values and demonstrates hearing and speaking divine utterances or words from God. That's what this is all about. And as a church family, we value a prophetic culture for many different reasons, but the foundational reason being because of the prophecy spoken out of Joel 2 and the fulfillment of that prophecy that we see in Acts 2, okay? And if you want to look that up or go back to that message, I encourage you to do so. We do this because of the words that Joel prophesied, that in the last days, God says, my sons and daughters shall prophesy. He's saying that beforehand. And then in Acts 2, when the tongues of fire came upon every one of those who waited upon the upper room and they spoke in tongues,